Greetings, hi, hello, welcome to and welcome back to my channel. I'm Fire Lotus the Witch, and today we're going over some books. All right. So, full transparency. Hold that thought. So today we're going to talk about this full disclosure and transparency. Some of these were bought from Amazon wishlist, and other ones, some of these I actually won from Lucky Mojo, their Friday giveaways. Their Facebook page, they do random Friday giveaways, books, oil, all different types of things. And before, I'm just going to go ahead and stop you before you go ahead and type it out. As a witch, you can own and have books to at least expand thy knowledge. Now, I practice conjure work, so there's a little bit of hoodoo in the conjure work, okay? And I'm not an expert on it. There are different types and flavors, we'll say, of hoodoo, depending on how the spelling and the pronunciation is, okay? So without further ado, let's get into this. Also, funny story as well. This was on my wish list, and this is on my wish list, and I did not realize that they are the same book, except for there's an extra one added in this one. So this one's basically 3 volumes. Yeah, 3 books in one. This is the complete guide of root work and conjure with 125 authentic hoodoo magic spells. Hoodoo for Life by Angela Bellard. I hope I said that name right. This right here is absolutely amazing. So, for one, hoodoo is a North American folk magic born from the African spiritual traditions brought over by slaves. Over the centuries, it is incorporated with Native American and European influence, using what worked, describing what did not, discarding what did not. What is left is an representation of powerful magical systems that work. If you practice Appalachian folk magic, you would know this already because there is a huge mixture of things, right? So this one right here, specifically, this is Hoodoo for Beginners. This is the first book. It goes over my hoodoo roots, the history of hoodoo, the elements of hoodoo, root work, spiritual cleansings, conjure oils, magical candles, mojo bags, spells for love, spells for money and luck, spells for success, protection, and justice. And then we have the conclusion. And then we go into Hoodoo for Love and Prosperity, an introduction into hoodoo, preparations, types of work, spells for love and friendship, spells for money and success. And then we have my all-time favorite, Hoodoo for War and Peace. We have introduction, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, and chapter 5. And then we have the conclusion. If, in my stance, if you were trying to get into the hoodoo or conjuration, this right here is an absolutely amazing book. I love how it breaks everything down. It is step by step. It gives you a list of things that, you need. It goes by step. It does the job that it needs to be done. I also love how this writes. And I love the fact that it goes over, because see, when it comes to things like this in folk magic, if you are a folk practitioner, you also need to respect and honor the roots of what make that practice its practice, all right? And online, depending on the platform, there are a lot of confusing conversations happening, all right? So, for one, I love this because if you haven't realized, we're living back in a time where our ancestors went through the exact same thing, where shit is just getting more and more expensive and all of that, right? These right here, you will find a way to go through. So that one's the first one. Now these, I personally love these small little books. Again, this is the Hoodoo for Love and Prosperity. And then they basically combine them. Now here are some other ones that some people may have never heard of. Women Works, Home Style Hoodoo Spells for Marriage, Sex, and Motherhood by Aura LaForest. I hope I do not pronounce that name wrong. Obviously, I haven't really done anything out of this book, but I love practice. I love being able to read and educate myself. And I love how these books are. I know I've done a review on this one right here, which is the paper in my shoe. My paper are name papers, petition papers, and prayer papers in the hoodoo root work tradition. Absolutely amazing. And I just kind of love these small little books. They're easy to conceal if you have to. We've also went over hoodoo, honey, and sugar spells. This is one of my very first books. But these two are the ones that I won from the Facebook show. I mean the Facebook page, Root. So this one right here, let's see. So this has a direct acknowledgement, introduction, why women's work. Okay, obviously we're not in this mind state where women's job is in the kitchen. We already know that, all right? But this can help a lot of people. It has root work vocabulary, which is extremely important. We have the traditional tools and methods before you start a job of work. Indeed, how to hire spell work done, the magical and the mundane, obstacles to successful spells. We have the stage of lives, a woman's journey. We have the young woman, resolving female guilt, self-forgiveness, bad habits and addiction, distress and mental illness. We have the independent woman, your personal power, building a self-empowerment, winning the respect of others, empowering charisma, establishing financial stability. We have the lover, loving and respecting yourself, ready for relationships, how to choose the right person. Loving as you like it, our secret menstrual blood. Be very careful with that particular subject, because I do know traditionally there are a lot of different ways that were used, but that is also federally illegal, which is tampering with food. So be very careful with what you do with some of this information. Single ladies, put a ring on it. The wife, spiritual cooking secrets, the spiritual cleaning homes, yard and garden secrets, resign in your home, how to fix handmade goods, how to fix home furnishings, spiritual home protection, setting in the in-laws, the sexual spark in the marriage, fertility, tying his nature, getting money from men. Again, some of this stuff, you know, but again, that was back in the day that this stuff was written down, all right? So we got to respect that, right? Obviously not be in the same thought process, but you know what I'm saying. And then we have the mother, catching a baby, afterbirth concerns, help for mother. Also, I'm just saying in general, go to your doctors, your midwives, and other things like that. Don't be trying to do this stuff at home unless you have done the research and you think you can do it, okay? We have starting over, try again, opening yourself to change, recognition, reunion, how to get a good divorce, the hoodoo lady, and biographies. And I love the fact of how these are written. They have all the inserts and histories and why it works, how it works, and this is what you can do. Now, I personally do love this one, which is Hoodoo Spiritual Baths, Practical Conjure with Washes and Waters. And this is by, okay, so these two are by the same people. And in here, let's see. All right, so we have a dedication, acknowledgement, hoodoo, a bit of the background, spiritual supplies, basic conjure terminologies and practices, cleansing the home and the body, baths and washes for specific purposes, hiring hands-on spiritual worker, how often and how long, preparation, terminology and techniques, spiritual house cleanse, house cleansing in 7 easy steps, floor washes. If y'all have not got on the floor washes yet, holy shit. Fixing the laundry, floor sprinklings, and then we have how to do the spiritual bath, bathing by proxy, timing when to bath, prayers for the bath, drinking teas and bathing body parts, dissolving words in water. Have not heard a lot of people talk about that type of magic. Sorry. The deployment and the disposals of waters, ingredients for teas, baths, and washes, special waters, liquids other than water, minerals, herbs, oils, and spiritual soaps, recipes for spiritual baths, baths for uncrossing, baths for protection, love and sex and marriage, money drawing and business, gambling luck, blessing and success, washing for beauty and glamour, and washing for peace and home. And then it has frequently asked questions and bibliologies. Again, I love when books do this. Now, I absolutely love this, and I'm going to bring up something that was in another Conjure book that I have, which was this person owns a Conjure store, and these two man and woman walked in, and they picked up this oil, which is to keep the police away, and they automatically started to judge it, and this guy stepped in and was like, hey, you're automatically going with this, but this is actually why we have it. You've never lived in a situation to where you had to make sure that you just being in the wrong place at the wrong time wouldn't cause you trouble. There are reasons these oils exist, and there are hundreds of thousands of different ways of using them. But again, respect the roots, and please do not try and make something your own, okay? That's not what we're doing here. These right here, I absolutely love this one. Hoodoo, honey, and sugar spells. When most people think of sugar spells and honey jars, they automatically go to love because obviously at certain points that was what they were for. But there are so many other things that you can do with sugar, sweetener. Actually, there is a list in this book. Hoodoo, conjure, and root work. What hoodoo is not? The right sweetening for every person. A spoonful of sugar. Starting simple. Name, papers, petitions, and papers. Fixing a sugar bowl. Personal concerns. Harry Middleton Haight. I'm sorry if I'm butchering these names. But it goes over everything, and it is an easy book. Again, I love the fact that most of these books go like, look. Some of these herbs I've never even heard about in other books. So it is amazing to be able to see how these different people changed it. Now, if you got a small business, some of these books would be perfect. Now, obviously, if you're not comfortable with the root work aspect or the hoodoo aspect, I get that. I fully understand. These are amazing books, though. There was another book that I wanted to do a review on. Yeah, there we go. This is another great one, and it is called Uncrossing. It is Identify, Cleanse, and Heal from Hexes, Curses, and Psychic Attacks. I've been fortunate to... There we go. This book right here, if you're getting into the uncrossing, trying to figure out, hey, identify, attack... So many other amazing things that are in this book. So yeah, whenever y'all can. Like I said, you can find some of these on Amazon. This is where the majority of these books came from, except for the 2 that I won in the giveaway. And they do giveaways for oils, which I've also won. All different types of other things as well every Friday. So totally go check them out. And it is Lucky Mojo Curio Company. So yeah, totally check them out and let me know if you have any questions. I also personally love this one. It's one of my favorites. So yeah, let me know if y'all would like me to do any more book reviews on specific books. If I have them, I will let you know. And the next one that I'll be doing is Dream Witchery, which you should be able to see in the next video.